Hell yeah. So you're the walking nightmare then.
Basically, the turmoil I was going through that day was absolutely insane.
Have you guys ever been catfished before?
Wow, I don't even know how you found all this stuff.
Gooch your ass out of here. Do you know what video I'm talking about?
I got the little bowl cut. I looked like pale and crazy. I don't know.
Hey, bitch, you're right on track.
When I was a kid, I don't know, probably like Tearing Up My Heart by NSYNC.
How do you keep that camaraderie? Oh my God, I don't even know how to say the word.
Hey, your music helped me get through a dark time. And like, if we can do that for, one single person, then it's all worth it.
Welcome to Unshut, a place where if at any point you feel like you need to shut the up, don't. Testing, testing. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes. How's it going, you guys?
Good, good. We're in Denver right now, just recording an album.
Dude, how's it going so far?
So far, we're about a little over a third of the way through. Some of the best stuff we've ever been a part of and have written, and it's really cool. We're really excited about what we're coming out with for sure. And by the way, thank you for rescheduling this. I know I had a bit of a food poisoning issue before, so thank you.
Dude, nothing to worry about. I had been so fucking sick too. I was out for almost 3 weeks, so the timing couldn't have been better.
Oh man, well, glad we're both feeling better, ready to roll.
Exactly. How long have you guys been in Denver so far?
I was here Monday and he came here Tuesday. Essentially, we just work wrapped up in South Carolina, and I just jumped on a plane after work and got here late, and then picked him up in the morning at the airport and or the afternoon at the airport, and we head straight to the studio Tuesday and just started cranking away.
Dude, very cool. Well, we're
Yeah,
definitely not going to pry for too many spoilers of everything that's coming up, but I am super
yeah,
stoked. But just for
very.
the listeners that are going to be tuning in via audio and not watching, please introduce yourselves, names, and your role in the band.
Absolutely. My name is Jesse, and I am the singer of the Failsafe.
My name's Kaio. I am the guitarist.
Super excited to have you guys. And now you guys are based out in Minnesota. Are you guys born and raised in Minnesota?
I was born and raised in Minnesota, and actually, in the last 6 years, I've lived in South Carolina. So we're actually across the country from one another at this point.
Yep, most of the band's still in Minneapolis, but
Yeah.
yeah, he jumped shipped a while back, but we're still making it work.
Yeah, so we're both born and raised in Minnesota. Him from more southern Minnesota. I'm from Minneapolis. Our drummer, he's from Cali, and he came over here in like the 2000s or whatever. And I believe our bass player is from Wisconsin. He kind of jumped over the border to Minnesota now as well.
Well, listen, I said I would never say this on record again, but Duluth is my fucking favorite city in the US.
Really?
It
Yeah, I love it there.
is. I am
Love going.
obsessed with that place.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's Lake Superior is amazing. The houses are very historic over there, and it's a cool vibe altogether. Yeah, for sure.
No, totally. And now, just to talk a little bit about the history of the band, to,
Yeah.
introduce you guys to new listeners, are you both like OG members since this band got started?
Yes,
Yeah,
we are.
we've been
Yep.
together even for our previous band. So this is kind of carrying over to the new project here, which is the Failsafe. Yeah, we're OG members for sure.
Very cool. Now,
Yeah.
going back to talking about this move to South Carolina, is that right? You said South Carolina, right?
Yeah. Yep.
With that move, how have those obstacles kind of made you guys stronger? Because I feel like in a lot of ways, people would think like, oh my gosh, they're not going to last. He's so far away. How do you keep that camaraderie? Oh my God, I don't even know how to say the word. But how do you guys keep that? And how has that obstacle been beneficial to focus on the positives and not necessarily on the negative of it?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think just when we're in a lot of bands, I could probably say this too, is like when you're kind of in the same town, there is a tendency to you can get stagnant. Practice becomes the routine. It's just more of a couple hour hangout session a couple times a week. You're content with playing the local shows, maybe doing a weekend warrior thing here and there out of town and then calling it. What this did is forced us to be productive. So when I came into town, it meant something like, okay, we have 5 days to make a video, record a song, play a show, make content or reels or whatever, what have you. And then it also kind of forced us to focus more on touring. So, okay, when we do play shows, we're not going to do a one-off in town or a weekend warrior thing. We're going to go out for days at a time and kind of really hit the country as much as we can. So it's really kind of forced us to really lock in with our time we have, making the most of it. And it's improved us as performers, improved our band, our business, our work ethic, everything across the board.
Dude, such a good answer because my mind immediately went to how this almost gives you no option but to buckle down and really treat it as a business. And I think that is where a lot of bands, they really do miss the mark. They don't start to treat what they're doing as a business, and you have to be professional in this industry. And so that answer couldn't have been better. Such a good
Yeah,
answer for sure. I want to get
thanks.
to know you guys a little bit more
Sure, sure.
outside of music, and I'm going to start with you, Kaio, real quick, just because I'm curious. Your name, where is the origin of this name? Because it sounds like a Mortal Kombat character to me, and I'm like, that is such a cool name.
Yeah, so it's actually like a pretty common name in Brazil. I'm half Brazilian on my bio dad's side. I don't really speak Portuguese or anything, but that's where the name comes from.
Very cool. Well, I want to talk about a couple of your Instagram videos real quick. You made a
Yeah.
video that said 5 levels of nerd music. So I'm going to put you on the spot real quick. What are the 5 levels of nerd movies? Go.
Oh man. I don't know. Level 5 would be like, I guess it's not a movie, but I'd say like Stranger Things. It's like sort of nerdy, but also like super popular. Level 4 would be like Star Wars, a little more OG, but still like pretty popular. Level 3, Star Trek. It's like the more sophisticated star thing. Level 2 would be like Conan the Barbarian, one of the OG like fantasy movies from the 80s. If you know, you know. Original where Arnold Schwarzenegger got to start. Level 1, oh man, I got to do like a real deep cut here. Let's see. Level 1. I'm gonna say like the old 1970s Lord of the Rings animation
Yeah.
movies. People that watch that even before like the Lord of the Rings live action movies. Yeah, that's the real nerd stuff.
Hell yeah. Well, listen, just for those listening, we did not prep for that question. So I'm like super impressed.
All off the top of my head.
Awesome.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah, dude. That is so fucking awesome. You had also made a video of you cleaning your place and rocking out. Can you recall a song cleaning around the house when you were a kid? Take me back to that real quick.
When I was a kid, I don't know, probably like "Tearing Up My Heart" by NSYNC. That was probably like one of the first songs that was into when I was like 5 or 6 years old. So
Hell
my
yeah.
mom would be like, "Clean your room," and I'd be like, "Okay, let me bump some NSYNC here while
Hell
I put my
yeah.
chores away." Yeah.
What about you, Jesse? Do you have one? Are you a type of person that likes to clean with music? Because, first of all, I don't know anyone that can clean their home without music. That's a huge red flag, but do you have one?
Yeah, I will say I need to listen to something to clean the room. It could be music, it could be YouTube videos in the background, or something. It has to be something. But if it's music, it varies on what I'm vibing at the time. It could be anything from 90s rap to modern metalcore to even like old school video game remakes of music and things like that. It kind of goes all over the board. And that's, not just for cleaning, for other chores as well, and working out and all that stuff. So whatever kind of nice ear candy helps pass the time makes the job a little easier, so to speak.
Hell yeah. Bet you guys didn't think we were going to talk about cleaning today, huh?
No, no, no. That's definitely a curveball for sure.
Amazing. Well, listen, we're just getting started. This is Unshut. We don't ask the same boring questions you've been asked in all your other interviews. So get ready,
Yeah.
okay? But I want to jump back to Kaya real quick. Your
Yeah.
first solo gig in 2023. Do you think fending for yourself on stage for the first time made you a better bandmate?
Wow, I don't even know how you found all this stuff, but yeah. Yeah, it's like a little like live clip I did from like an acoustic gig I did 3 years ago now. But yeah, it's like when you're the only one up there, like there's no one there to like back you up if you start struggling. So it's so helpful to be up there with a full band to like give you room to breathe for sure.
No,
Yeah.
totally. Jesse, do you recall the first time that you were ever on stage? What was that like for you?
First time I was ever on stage, I was I was probably like 9 or 10. I was in a choir. It was called Select Choir, where they took two kids from every elementary school in the district and made a choir out of them. And this might not be the first show, but it's the first show that's coming to mind. We played at this place called the Ordway, which was a big theater in St. Paul, I believe, where we were actually singing with like an adult choir, and it was on WCCO radio, which was a big deal. So I'm on stage with 100 other kids, but there's like 1,000 people there at least, and so it was very nerve wracking. You know, we had these like little red blazers and like white dickies under it, and we had to do choreography on the risers and stagger breathing to make sure no one passed out. And it was a trip for being like 10 years old. Like it was scary, but I was up there with 100 other kids basically. Plus there was an adult choir that we're singing with, so it was like, it's not too big, not too bad of a deal.
Dude, such a cool memory. I love the outfit too. If you have any pictures of that anywhere, you'll have to send it my way so I can throw it up on the episode for sure.
Oh, sure. I think my mom has one someplace. I got the little bowl cut. I look like pale and crazy. I don't know.
Amazing. Jesse, you've posted a good amount of songs that you've covered. Who would you like to see in 2026 cover one of your original songs?
Oh, geez. Um, I'd like to see a female vocalist do it. Not picky on which who it would be, but I would like to get kind of a female perspective on the vocals on our music, especially kind of rolling into us recording this record. We're using one of I guess kind of like a co-producer to an extent that is female, and so she's helping write the songs. Top line is what we call it, the melodies, helping that because she thinks of things that I don't. It's a completely different perspective. It's a little bit different style. And so, yeah, that's what I'd be interested in seeing and hearing.
Dude, that is such a good, exciting answer to me because it also, for me as a listener, it makes me think that, like, all right, you're tapping into a new era, something different that you haven't done as a band before. And I think this is where you really start to awaken that palette of what your sound is going to be and how it's going to continue to evolve. I think it's fucking genius to get a female's perspective into this band. I think that even just sonically is really fucking genius. So I'm like, geeking out. I'm like super excited for sure.
Yeah, it's all about. I mean, we're kind of noticing, like when we did the last batch of songs, they're really good. Really, we use a really good producer, same guy who Jelly Roll goes to, and everybody else. We got some really really good songs with a high floor, but with the really good songs, we're just up there just competing with all the bands way bigger than us. So we just kind of get lost in the noise to an extent. So we're trying to basically niche down and really kind of find our own lane, our own real estate to kind of stake our claim in and bring in some more diehards that are really feeling that message, really feeling what we're doing. And part of that is kind of crossing a lot of some of the Elmira Elf Key, Spirit Box, things like that into more of a, or Death by Rami is another one, into more of a male fronted band.
I
Just
think
kind
for
of,
me personally, also hearing you talk about this, it also makes me think of how this is going to become a good message for any other band to listen to and start to think of how you can start to stand out by still being authentically yourself. Because I think that a lot of people, they like to just swim with the current, and you guys are totally swimming against it with this concept. And I'm here
yeah,
for it because I'm a fucking rebel to heart. So I love it.
awesome. Oh, yeah.
Yes. Well, I know you talked about being in the studio working on new music, but since
Yeah.
we're talking about covers real quick, any new
Yeah.
covers coming out in the future that you can hint, or do you have any in mind at all?
Say what you mean, tell me I'm right, and let the sun rain down on me. Give me a sign, I wanna believe. Whoa, Mona Lisa, you're guaranteed to run this town. Whoa, Mona Lisa, happy to see you
Like we haven't announced this coming out yet, but I think the next one we're going to be releasing is actually we've released the cover actually on our Patreon. So if people want to go support us on there, they can see this already out on there. But it's going to be an acoustic stripped down version of the song "The Gray" by Bad Omens, and yeah, we're really proud of it. It's one of the best covers we've ever done.
Yeah,
So
we
yeah.
like it a lot.
Very cool. Well, while we're here, tell everyone the Patreon, what's it called so they can go look for it.
Yep, it's We Are the Failsafe, all one word on Patreon. So yeah, for just $3 a month, you can become a member and support us on there, and like it really helps. So
Yeah, and we have
yeah.
everything from upcoming music that's not released yet. We released it there first. Same with music videos. We have tabs if you want to learn how to play our stuff on guitar or anything like that. We have that on there. There's special packages to get free access to shows when we can do that. Lots of little behind the scenes things. things, pretty much anything. Yeah, so we recommend if you're a Failsafe fan and you want to learn more about us, that's definitely a good place to start.
Dude, and no better way to create a community around the music that you're making. And without these personal connections, really, you don't have that solid foundation to create a good fan base. So I love that you guys are promoting that for sure. Jesse, you made a video where you talked about dudes before they go to metal shows, and you said, no Gucci, Gucci your ass out of here. Do you know what video I'm talking about?
That's yeah.
So
Yeah,
I,
yeah, it's funny. Go ahead, go ahead.
no. I was just curious, but I was laughing so hard about this, but all I kept thinking was, are you insinuating that dudes that go to metal shows stink? Is that what that was about?
Yeah, I've been to plenty of metal shows, and there's a recurring theme that there's a lack of deodorant on the people attending the show. And so I was just kind of making fun of that because I was just about to go to I think it was Kingdom. No, not Kingdom Collapse. I Fit for a King, I think that's what I went to see. Devil Wears Prada. Yeah, so I went to go to a metal show, and I was just joking before we went there. Just made that. And on that subject, we will put high effort into videos, like making like three of me singing at once, or doing crazy things. We're creating emojis out of here's a guitar, here's this, and turning things into real instruments. This random 15-second video of me ranting, throwing away all my cologne and deodorant body spray was our highest grossing viewed video on Reels, which is 15 seconds, no lighting, no nothing, just in my closet, me giving out. And that one made it. And like, yeah, all these high effort ones don't go as high. It's crazy.
Dude, we're going to be late for the show.
The show, exactly. That's why I can't have any of this. No deodorant, no body creams, no fucking cologne, no body spray, no Gucci your ass out of here. I'm gonna be in the pit smelling like shit.
Dude, for anyone that's trying to create content for whatever it is they're promoting, they're going to find that so fucking relatable because it's so true. Even as a podcast show, I will take my time to do the most amazing edits to promote a clip of an episode and it flops. And then the ones where I'm like, I don't give a fuck, I'm just going to post it the way it is. Boom, it starts to hit, people comment. So it's just the way it goes. It's so funny how that works.
I know it's frustrating, but also, you can laugh, just look back, like, whatever.
Totally. It's just part of the game. But I also loved your going to the studio expectation versus reality video. Do you guys have a true studio nightmare story? Kyle, I'll go with you first.
I don't know if we really, I mean, that's clearly exaggerated video. Like, fortunately, like all of the producers we've worked with have had like legit studios and stuff. We have had some like nightmare live show stories where, like, I remember the first year we were a band, we showed up at this venue in Des Moines, Iowa. We had just driven for 4 hours to get there, and we showed up and we learned that they didn't even have like a PA that could like handle all our inputs. And so we're like, well, I guess we're gonna just turn around and go home.
That show, we didn't play. We walked away from that show, and because there really wasn't a show to play, unfortunately. We did save a dog on the way home. There was a stray dog running, and we jumped out of the car and chased after it and chased it back to its house, basically.
Dude, that is so amazing. It's like, look, something positive came out of a nightmare. I fucking love it.
Yeah. I've had a couple of horror stories in the studio, but sadly, they're basically horror stories of my own studio setups, trying to make things work in weird little closets and weird sound setups, and using a stool to prop up a monitor and things falling over, things getting unplugged, circular current causing shocks and electricity waves. And yeah, I've done all that. Basically, the producer guy in there, minus the gray beard in the Band-Aid, that's basically me.
Oh yeah, so you're the walking nightmare then.
Basically, my studio setup right now is literally a closet. So
I love it. You got to make it work though, right?
Exactly. Got to get when you're fitting.
Oh man, I can't wait to get to the studio.
Well, Well, this definitely had me thinking again, trying to keep things fresh for you guys, but also
Yeah.
being a nosy bitch because I'm curious. So, not even music related, but it made me think of being catfished. Have you guys ever been catfished before?
We just got an email from supposedly some big influencer. They were saying that they would pay us to come on their podcast. And I was like, I don't know if this is legit. I'm pretty sure it wasn't. There was like a bunch of spelling mistakes and
Punctuation
grammar
errors.
mistakes in
Hi,
the
the failsafe.
yeah. Yeah.
It's going to
So
be one of those like, oh, they're going to send you the money and be like, oh, can you send it back?
yeah, give us your bank account so we can put the money in, right? Like
Now, yeah, I guess catfish, like dating wise, I don't really have that experience, but I mean show wise, yeah, like, oh yeah, we got this big show, it's gonna be Brower Fest or whatever. We're gonna have all these awesome bands, we're gonna have like 300 people, and this band's gonna headline, and then we show up there, there's like seven bands, nobody, and it's just dead. We've had that
yeah,
happen
I
before.
mean that's kind of honestly a pretty common experience that
Yeah.
we get. Basically they sell us kind of a lie about what a turnout is going to be, whether it's a tour package or a show, and it's never as good as what they make it out to be.
Yeah,
So
that's so. Yeah, the band. If you look at that as a catfish, yeah, that happens quite a bit. We're trying to be a little bit more smart about it, but yeah, it still happens. You never know.
No, for sure. Well, listen, before we talk a little bit more music, in
Yeah.
honor of your Toxic Hearts cover art, because I'm stupidly obsessed with it, okay? If the Failsafe were to turn this into an actual drink, what would it be? And Jesse, I'll go with you first.
Oh, it's going to be something cherry and alcoholic. I can tell you that. I'm getting the vibe of like kind of like the Halloween special Applebee's, like Dracula's blood frozen drink, something like that, but maybe less frozen and more of like just a short sipper.
Very cool. What about yours, Kyle?
the Toxic Hearts drink. Yeah, so it's gonna be like probably some type of Bloody Mary, but like with extra spicy red in there to make it dark red, kind of. So like a very spicy Bloody Mary. That's what I would say. Yeah.
Dude, so good. I mean, listen, you guys, I love that so much that I was just like, man, if they ever did drinks or like a fail-safe type of signature drink, they better put them in those fucking heart-shaped glasses. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is left but the ashes of our hearts on fire? As we keep on breathing, but we never feel. As the toxic currents collide, we're living and die.
Sometimes there's bars that will do that. They'll give you a drink for the night if you're playing there. So maybe we can tell.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a local brewery that we've played at several times called Dayblock Brewing Company, and I think one of the times we played there, they named a drink after us. I forget what
Yeah.
what we called
The
it.
Gravedigger.
The Gravedigger.
Yeah, because we have a song,
So
Gravedigger.
sick.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Well, listen, now you guys have something to go off of for the next one. You know what I mean? Get
Yeah,
that spicy
absolutely.
Bloody Mary in there. Hell yeah. I want to talk about your guys' latest video, Happy to Be Here. Who reminds you that you're happy to be here, or what is it? I want to talk about that real quick. No context to the song, no relation to the song, but it brought up this question for me in regards to like, what is something that reminds you guys personally that you're just happy to be here?
I will say just our whole existence as a band. When we're on the road, we're still working our day jobs. We're on the road, we're coming halfway across the country. There's very little sleep. There's usually, we're all sharing a hotel room for 5 people basically, and including my wife and our lovely merch person, all crammed into a small vehicle and doing whatever it takes to get to the venue. And just like, that's just the attitude. We're happy to be here. It's hell doing everything, but we're happy to do it because we want to share this music and our art with the world.
So awesome.
Yeah, for me it's just like getting to connect with our fans, especially when we're on stage playing live. It makes it worth all of the hard times. Like I've had people message me saying like, hey, your music helped me get through a dark time, and like if we can do that for one single person, then it's all worth it, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, totally. And talking about impacting people, okay, because I think this is where lyrics really do come into play with writing from a place of good intention. And I want to highlight the part in this song where you talk about dancing with the devil and it's a little bit of heaven. I think, first of all, having those two things in that same line is so fucking genius. And I wanted to pick your guys' brain about that. How did that line
It's
come
more,
about?
yeah, it's more just kind of the theme of the song. Like, it's kind of about a tumultuous relationship where it's like breaking this person down, but they love this person so much that they're just dealing with it. Like, yep, this is what it is, but I'm happy to be here. So kind of going back to our love for the game, just, being on the road, sludging out, working, then playing the show, then working early mornings, doing whatever we have to. Once we hit that stage and we're, able to share that moment. And I usually say this at the shows. Yeah, I say, hey, we've traveled thousands of miles to be on the stage in front of you today. And now that we're sharing this moment together, let's just say I'm happy to be here.
No, I love that message. And I think it's just such a good reminder in general to just appreciate everything that comes in between those highlights because I think they're easy to forget. So it's such a good message. But also hearing the message of this song, I wanted to ask you guys, was the music video intentional with it looking like you guys were underwater? Like there's this drowning feeling when you listen to this message, right? Like it's about basically you're going through all this chaos, but you're happy to be here, right? Was that intentional or was that just a pure accident?
Well, it wasn't intentional on our end. We have a video producer named JT Ibanez, lives and has a studio in St. Louis, Missouri. We just, everything lined up. We were on tour. We had this song that we wanted to release, but we needed a video. Well, guess what? We have a day off and we're going through St. Louis. So I called my good friend JT. He said, yeah, I'll get you guys in here. And he's the kind of guy, he's like a former military guy. He's super regimented and he's super fast, super diligent, but he likes to just kind of go on the fly. He, bring our stuff there and he's just looking at his peer spaces, all these different options, his giant LED wall. He's like, what do I want to do? I'm hearing the song. This is the vibe it's getting me. Let's put you here and let's get started. That was his creation at that point. We were just along for the ride. Literally, it was a tour stop for us. And in fact, a couple of the guys slept there at the studio that night on one of like the prop beds or whatever the hell he had there.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
I slept in a Bates Motel set.
yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, I'll give all the credit to JT on that. That's his artistic vision, and it really just kind of complemented the song. And you kind of drew the extra meaning out of it that we never even knew that was going to happen. That was just icing on the cake for us.
Playing with a liar, gonna get hurt. Playing with a fire, gonna get burned. If that's what it's gonna take to feel a little something more than you can take the wheel. Dancing with the devil, lower each step. Little bit of heaven, loving it when all hell breaks loose and I'm caught in the crosshairs. 'Cause I'm just happy to be here.
No, it definitely was because watching it, I was like, man, it's literally like they're underwater, that drowning feeling. And I resonated to that. I felt like that's what I got out of the song before I watched the video. I watched the video just today for the first time. And so I was just like, man, I love when things just kind of align. But I think that speaks volumes as to what you guys are putting out, the writing, the music, the message. It's translating very well. So big kudos to you guys for that for sure.
Thanks a lot.
No, of
Yeah,
course.
that was, we were 5 shows deep in this tour. Our one day off, we were basically recording that. And then while we're there, he's like, hey, I want you to record this cover and do another version and I want to film that and I want to record it and learn how to use my equipment. So we're doing all this extra work. I'm having the absolute day from hell at my job. And in between that, I'm having meetings and I'm like, okay, time to shoot this video now. And so like, I was perfectly in that headspace to record that song and that video. So if you see me in that video, the turmoil I was going through that day was absolutely insane.
Dude, have you ever thought that those are literal signs of the universe, though, that what you're doing is right on track? Because I feel like sometimes our manifestations kind of play out in front of us and they're hard to see in the moment. But hearing you say that, I'm literally thinking of that drowning feeling again. And then that's the headspace you were in. And then here is someone translating your music into this vision that kind of plays off of that. And I feel like sometimes the universe has a very clever way of reminding you, hey, bitch, you're right on track, okay?
Yeah, very true. Like I felt, the whole tour, I was just like, yeah, this is what I belong doing. That's one of the things that I walked away from that tour thinking, yeah, everything feels right here.
So validating, such a good one. I love that so much. And Jesse,
Yeah.
I took a quote that you said about what you wanted the band to be and turned it into some questions. And I'm going to be
Sure.
going back and forth between you and Kaio. Are you guys
Yeah,
ready?
bet.
I'll start with you first, Jesse. Song that gets you through the last rep of your workout. Any song, your song, whose ever song, go.
Oh, geez. Right now, Bad Omens, Dying to Love.
Dude, hell yeah. Kaio, song that gets you through the last hour of your day.
Afraid of the Dark by Motionless in White.
Such a good one. Jesse, song that gets you through that rough breakup.
Oh my goodness. The song called Obsession by Inner Party System. It's a deep cut.
I don't know that song, so I'm definitely going to go do my research after we get off for
Check it
sure. Hell yeah. Kaio, song that gets you through that long trip you have to take.
Whiskey Glasses by Morgan Wallen.
Such a good one. All right. Well, listen, is it refreshing, especially for you, Jesse? You're the one I took this quote from, okay? Is it refreshing to know that these questions, right, they came out of what you said you wanted the band to be known for? And in my opinion, I feel like you're checking off those boxes. How does that make you feel?
I live what I write, man. What can I say? Congruent.
It's so awesome. And
Yeah.
listen, before we close out about what's going to happen for the rest of the year, we can talk new music, where people can find you, and all that good stuff. I wanted to ask you, in 2026, Kaio, any chance we will get a video of you humping a guitar but shirtless this time in 2026?
Maybe. Yeah, it's a non-zero chance, I'd say.
Do you know what video I'm
Somewhere
talking about?
between a 0 and a 100% chance.
Perfect. Do you know what video I was talking about?
Yep.
You're
So
like,
I
yeah.
have humped the guitar with a shirt on. Yeah.
Amazing.
PG-13.
Well, listen, Jesse, you're not off the hook either, okay?
All right.
Any chance we'll get a video of you shoveling snow for money, but shirtless this time in 2026?
No. Zero chances. No, I don't want to touch, I don't even look at snow, frankly.
You're so
Yeah.
over it.
Yeah, that's what, I'm in the South for a reason.
That's so funny. You obviously know what video I was talking about too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I always like to ask because I never want someone to think that I just made up some random shit and then it just didn't make sense. So I got to make sure we're on the same page, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, listen, tell everyone, what are we to expect in 2026 from you guys? I know you're in Denver recording this new album. When can we start expecting more new music? Obviously, you just dropped something recently, so we're not pushing you too hard, but tell us all the details, tours, shows, anything happening in 2026.
Well, right now it's just kind of the figuring out stage right now. We will be on the road in June and we will be on the road again in October. And if something really delicious comes our way, that'll, plans could change. We might jump on that. Those opportunities, they're usually either super long notice or super short notice. In terms of the new record, we're, just a quarter of the way or third of the way through it. We should have 2 more trips here to finish it, and then we have to do some videos for it. We're going to shop labels with it and see what happens there. Otherwise, we have more songs in the cooker, and we might even release something from our album before we release the album. Yeah, like I said, we have more covers coming out. We have more content. It's like almost a never-ending machine here with the Failsafe, with content and things coming out. So we're always doing something cool. Even like on the personal side, I do a bunch of short covers. I have a little Reels channel myself on TikTok and on Instagram. I'm going to be doing some more of those, recording one tomorrow actually. Expect more content. See us on the road in June, see us on the road in October, and maybe someplace in between, who knows.
Dude, hell yeah. Well, listen,
Yeah.
plug in the socials for all of those that are listening. Tell them where to find you, where they can stalk your life, all that good stuff.
Yeah, we're on pretty much every social media: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all that. For Facebook and TikTok, it's just the Failsafe, all one word. Instagram, we are the Failsafe. YouTube, it's just the space Failsafe.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you really want to make it easy, wearethefailsafe.com has links to all of our stuff. So just go there. If you want to go to Spotify, it's there. If you want to go to YouTube, Facebook, whatever, just one-stop shop.
Amazing. Well, listen, thank you guys so much for giving me your time. I know it's not always easy squeezing these interviews in, especially while you're in the chaos of traveling, recording, all that good stuff. And so I commend you guys for making the time. It's the most valuable thing we have. So thank you so much.
Most definitely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Of course, we'll be in touch, all right?
All right, take care.
Take
Yep.
care.
Peace.
Bye. Hey, if you've made it this far, don't forget to follow the socials on the screen or in the description below. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel. See you next week.